Rodeo is America's original extreme sport, with its roots coming from the Old West when ranch hands challenged each other for bragging rights on who was the best cowboy. Circuit cowboys are the weekend warriors of rodeo. Regular Joes with regular jobs. But come Friday, they pack up and head out to compete in circuit rodeos. Not only for paychecks, but for the same bragging rights that started years ago. Welcome back to Ogden, Utah for the Wilderness Circuit Finals. Last night's bronc riding was awesome. Here's the numbers.
That's right. And speaking of right, Cody Wright, 87 points. Rusty Allen, 83. Kalen Downing, 78. And Chet Anger at 77.
We've got just as good a lineup on the livestock tonight, but first, let's take a look at the rules of the ride. Saddle bronc riding is considered rodeo's classic event and evolved from the ranch work of breaking horses and training horses. The cowboy sits in a modified saddle called an association saddle, which is held in place with both a front and back cinch. The cowboy takes hold of just the right length of a thick braided rein called the buck rein attached to the horse's halter. When all is right, he nods his head. A successful ride is done by completing a full 8 seconds while striving for the best spurring action possible in perfect rhythm with the horse. A cowboy will receive no score if he fails to ride for 8 seconds, touches the animal with his free hand, fails to mark the horse out, loses or drops the rein, or by losing a stirrup. Well, now that you know all about it, it sounds easy, doesn't it? Chet Anger, fielding Utah, Firefly, the first horse from Bartee.
Chet's been consistent, 77 on both first two horses. Look here, this horse is just not a day off, but not tough to ride. Just giving Chet every chance in the world to use his feet, and he did a great job right there.
Boy, those first 4 or 5 jumps were just absolutely perfect. The higher they kick, the better you ride, the more you win. Simple as ABC. And if he'd have stayed with it, I think that score could have been up there. Now, he's within striking distance of that average or aggregate. You can call it either way.
That's right. You can see right there, he's ahead of the horse. His feet are up in that horse's neck. He's doing a good job. You know, he's going to be in the 80s right here, and that was just a good, solid ride.
Hey, you're a good guesser today. 80 points right on the money. You got it. Puts him in number 1. That's a great way to break the ice. Well, let's go to Kalen Downing, Woodruff, Utah, another mare and a national finalist many times. We've seen this horse in Las Vegas a lot.
This sure is a great horse. You see that horse around the gate really rear up. That cowboy had to hold his feet. He did a good job, and he's making a good spur ride right here. Horse kind of weakened a little bit there towards the end of the ride, though, Wayne.
You know, she is one of the campaigners. She's been around for a long, long time, and even though you hate to see him slow down a little bit, sometimes that's exactly what happens. And she just says, hey, I'm just kind of taking a day off a little bit. About 3 seconds out, she kind of slowed up just a hair.
Right there, you can see him lifting on his rein and really using his feet. That horse is bucking good, and then just kind of quits, flattens out, not really kicking. But, you know, like you said, every time, not everybody has a perfect day every day.
You bet. You know how it feels to get up on a Monday morning and not want to go to work? Well, they come in with a score of a 77-point ride, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we're looking for the 80s to try to get into that go-around monies here tonight. Lance Miller, Panguitch, Utah. Round robin. We go back to a stud called Red Robin with this national finals bucking horse now.
Lance is a great bronc rider. You know, he was out in the California circuit there for a while. I got to know him. Good guy. And look how fast he is with his feet right there. Great ride. I don't know that he's going to be in the 80s, but, you know, that's just rodeo for you.
This is a guy that the rest of the bronc riders said, hey, let's let him represent us when it comes to looking at the horses and knowing them. A lot of these guys will keep a little black book, if you will, and keep notes on these horses. They know which ones they want and which ones they don't. That helps in the selection.
Yeah, exactly right. And right there in that ride, you can see Lance holding his left leg in that cinch for a while. He's not going to be as many points as he wants if the judge has seen that.
Coming in, how about a 78-point ride? You know, let's kind of do some math real quick. If you're a 20-point horse and a 20-point rider, that's 40 points from each judge. That's an 80-point ride. We've only seen one here tonight as we go to Bull Butler, Leamington, Utah, and Robin's Best from Bartee, again, national finals. Whoa! Holy cow.
Well, that horse is really bucking out there, you know. And unlike the first horse we've seen, this horse is a little tougher to ride, kind of swooping and diving. And Bolt's doing a great job riding him. You know, he's 77 in the first round, 71 in the second round. We'll see what he's going to be tonight.
Rename that one Snake Stomper. I hope we get a chance to see it in slow motion. There wasn't I don't think one straight buck in that horse. When they kind of move to the left and the right every jump, that taxes you. You got to really keep moving your feet.
Right there, that horse left the chutes, heading to the left and sucked back to the right. Bolt did a great job staying in the saddle. He's really using his feet well. Maybe gets behind one jump, but that's it. I mean, that was a great ride.
Even spurred over his neck rein there for just one or two jumps. He did a good job. Score coming in. Hey, yeah, that'll work. Put him in a tie for number one. 80 points for Bolt Butler. Gotta be happy with that. Next, a national finalist and a degree-holding cowboy. I'm proud of this guy. He's a really great representative for Pro Rodeo. Rusty Allen.
Yes, he is, and you couldn't ask to be around a nicer guy and a great bronc rider. Look, he's doing a good job right there. The horse is really bucking. Something happened right there. I'm not real sure if he made this 8-second ride or not.
I want to see the stopwatch on that one because it had to be awfully close. You know, in the rough stock events, rule number one is ride for 8 seconds, and we're getting a thumbs down. They're saying 7 point something. That's not long enough.
You know what? He might have lost his stirrup there on the left-hand side, and that's maybe what they got him for.
That could have been. Well, friends, stick around. We've got a lot more Saddle Bronc riding coming your way in just a moment. Sean Moorhead liked this draw, a cut above from Bar T. This is a mare. Lots of folks don't think the mare's buck, but this one sure does.
Right there, you can see that horse kind of not really lined out. Now she's really lined out and got her head down, bucking strong, doing a good job.
Oh!
Sean jumped off, landed on his feet. If they marked him for the dismount, he'd be a load of points there, too.
At the Olympics, he'd be a 10. Nice job. Stuck it. Look at him lift. Keep his chin tucked, toes out. Just picture perfect. You take a video of that and take it to a rodeo school, you can teach the kids how to ride.
That's exactly right. You know, he had his toes turned out. Right there, dismount.
20 years, he's going to hate himself for doing that with those knees.
82. Great ride. He's going to go to the lead right now.
Good, good, good. Those 80s have moved down a notch. Let's go to Joe Haggai. Elko, Nevada. Now, part of Nevada's in this deal, too. Robin's Nest from Bar T. No score in the first round, no score in the second. He's got to go for it here.
He's got a great chance on an NFR bucking horse. Look, he's getting out of position. Got bucked off down there to the right. Great bucking horse, great athlete. You know, and that's what we like to see in rodeo.
You know, Joe's a good guy. He's got lots of heart and lots of try. This was just not his weekend.
You know, he just couldn't get tapped off with that horse bucking right there. And anytime you get behind with your feet, they got a great chance of bucking you down.
Next to go is a 3-time national finalist, Cody Wright. He's got a bunch of boys to feed, and the right horse, Payday, from Pat O'Malley.
You know, one thing I like about Cody is he goes at him every time. Look how he's moving his feet and lifting on his rein. He's up over the top of that horse. Great ride, great bucking horse. Measuring
the buck rein, that's the rein that they hang on to, is one of the last things they do right before they nod their head. If it's too short, there's a good chance you'll get pulled down over the front. If it's too long, you might go out the tailgate and get kicked on the way. I would say he was exactly perfect with how he measured that because he did. He stayed up over the front of that horse and just worked his feet beautifully.
That's exactly right. And a lot of these cowboys, they know whether they're a little too long or a little too short. And if they're a little too short, they try to slide a little rein through their fingers, but they say they have a tough time holding on to it when they do that.
82, that's the consistency that'll get you to our Super Bowl at Rodeo in Las Vegas in December. Nice riding, Cody. Good job, bud.
That's going to tie him for first with Sean Moorhead.
Matt Marvel, Battle Mountain, Nevada, and Buckskin Bill. Here's the next generation of the Marvel family.
Yeah, Matt comes from a bronc riding family.
Oh,
no. Little tough luck there, no score. You know, Matt's dad, Mike, was a 2-time NFR qualifier. His uncle Joe, 1978 World's Champ. Just a little tough luck here for Matt.
He learned from the best, but did he lose his left stirrup?
It looked like he just got thrown out over the right swell and couldn't hang on.
Either way.
Look at him smiling. He knew
it's all right.
You know, that's part of rodeo. You can't get up mad at yourself. So.
It happens. It happens. Here's a man that's qualified for our Dodge National Circuit Finals before. Stormy Sagers of Rush Valley, 2-spot from Bar T. Kirby's.
Making a great ride right here. His left foot's not really working as much as he'd like. I don't know if he's having trouble with that horse or not, but they're not going to mark him as many points as he'd like.
You know, that, again, we've kind of gone from both ends of the spectrum when it comes to the livestock here. We've gone from the old campaigners, we've had several of those, and this is one of those right here, to the young, wild, young colts, too. A nice little mix and a nice opportunity to, whoa, that was no fun coming out of the chute.
You know, the judges actually almost could have missed him out right there with his right leg, but they might have thought he got fouled by the way that horse reared out of there.
Giving him a free roll. There's another term for you to write down. Free roll. If you get fouled, you do not have to mark the horse coming out of the chute. Score is a 72, and I'm afraid that that first leap might have thrown him off on that whole ride. Levi Berry, Garland, Utah, and Betsy Brown back to the Kirby's.
You know, this is another young mare. Be interesting to see how she bucks. She's really bucking strong right there.
Wow.
Levi couldn't hang on to her. But that was I'm going to be anxious to see that horse in the next year or so, see how she comes along.
I'll tell you what, it takes a few trips for these horses to figure out how to do it. Look at this.
She's getting it figured out, and then that is awesome. That's going to be an awesome bucking horse right there.
If she's not on the list to go to Vegas, there's going to be something wrong. How about we take a look to the number one guy, Cody Wright. He's got lots of money to take home. Good job, buddy. Great look at him. Let's take a look at go-round number 3 results. There it is.
That's right, and Cody Wright again, splitting the go-round with Sean Moorhead at 82. Chet Anger and Bull Butler splitting 3rd and 4th with an 80.
You love to see the great rides, and we're going to have a chance to see one more in slow motion. Look at his hand, look at his feet, look at his upper body. Angie Burton is on the arena floor with our winner right now, and he's all smiles.
It was a good night here in Ogden for Cody Wright and the horse Payday. And of course, Payday took you to the pay window, had a good consistent ride, and you'll also be making your 3rd trip to the Dodge National Circuit Finals Rodeo. You had never seen the horse before. Did he go out and do what you had expected?
Yeah, I'd seen him earlier this week, and he was real good, just about the same kind of horse. He stalled in the chute a little bit today, but I don't think that's his normal deal. But once he come out, and he just had a good day, and I was lucky enough to stay on and make the 8 seconds.
That's what's important. Of course, the classic event of rodeo, you were going and leading the average. Were you a little bit nervous, or do you just go and take it one ride at a time?
I try to take it one ride at a time. I try not to worry about all the other things. You can worry yourself sick, I think. So I just tried to ride as good as I could, and it worked out pretty well.
It did. It worked out well, and you'll be making a trip to Pocatello. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Total on 3. Cody's headed for Pocatello.
Yes, he is. Bronc stomping his way. Number 1, Sean Moorhead, 235. Chet Anger, 234. And Bull Butler at 228.
Well, if you think you can ride, how about trying to rope? Team roping's coming up next, the only true team event in rodeo. Welcome back. What a weekend here in Ogden. It's team roping time, and go-round number 2 was blazing fast last night.
That's right. Stafford and Eldridge, 6.4. Hodson Sherwood, 6.5. Richens and Freeland, 7.2. And Gunner and Bennett, 10.7.
Team roping, it's a little tougher than it looks. Let's take a look at the team roping rules of the run. Team roping is one of the fastest growing events in rodeo. Teams are made up of a header and a heeler. The header starts from the left box behind the barrier and is responsible for making a legal head catch, changing directions of the steer, and then turning his horse to face the heeler's horse after the heeler ropes the steer's hind legs. There are 3 legal head catches, around both horns referred to as a slick head catch, a half head, or around the neck. The heeler starts from the right box, usually doesn't have a barrier, and must rope the heels of the steer after the steer changes direction. Time starts when the barrier is released and stops when both team members have roped and face each other with a tight rope between them. 10 seconds will be added to the time if the barrier is broken. 5 seconds will be added if the heeler only ropes one hind leg. A no time score will be given if the head catch is illegal or if there's a crossfire, meaning the hind legs are roped before the steer has changed direction. Let's do it, boys. Here's your final opportunity. Tyler Bell and Ben Tibbetts, Pocatello, Idaho, and Blackfoot, Idaho. They won some money in the first round. You just got to be smooth and you got to be clean.
That's right. They were a little long in the second round. Getting it on this steer, got around the horns. Header taking him off. Heeler comes in, ropes him by 2 feet. Clean run.
Piece
8
of cake.
flat.
Piece of cake. It looks so easy, but it's not. How about 8.0? Here's another great look on the Heelan side. Timing is everything. It's got to be perfect. He's right into that wall, too.
That's right, because if you throw your rope while the steer's feet are coming back, he's going to jump up over the top of your rope. If you throw it when they're too forward, you're just going to hit him in the leg and not catch anything.
Justin Hodson of West Haven, Utah, and Steve Sherwood from Florence, Arizona. Steve is an unbelievable healer. Watch him.
Yeah, Steve really ropes well. You know, seen him at all the other rodeos. Look there, straight across, 2 feet, 6.6. That's a great run.
Perfect. Nothing wrong with that at all. He really had his arm moving quick on that heel loop to try to get the timing right, and it worked. 6.6. They were 6.5 in the second go-around. There's a team that can do it any day, anywhere. Craig Richens, LaPointe, Utah, and Brad Freeland from West Haven. Now, they're about 8.5, but you know what? These guys are in position to make some money.
That's right. They're winning the average on 2 right there. Heeler comes around, 2 feet. Another great run. Header's horse has a little trouble getting faced up there. You know, in the rules of team roping, the header and the heeler's horse have to be looking at each other to stop the time.
6.7. That could hold for second all the way through this thing. You never know.
Another, like I said, great run, great heel shot. That's going to put them 22-4 on 3. Might have a chance to hold on to the aggregate.
All right, just put a little bit of a stretch on them right there at the very last, and you're in business. Logan Olson, Flandreau, South Dakota, and Cody Hintz, Spring Creek, Nevada.
You know, this is a national finals team. They're just coming off their first national finals. Not really having a good circuit finals, but, you know, they'll be back next year and hopefully get some money won.
All right, Brian Wynn, Annabella, Utah, and Kobe Drake. They were 6.3 in the first round. They won it. Do it again, guys. Do it again.
Well, that's a good head shot, but the heeler comes around and only ropes 1 leg. That was going to give them a chance to win first if they got 2 feet roped. They're going to be 10.8 with a 5-second penalty.
Well, that's going to hurt them on our aggregate. When you start adding them all together, that 5 seconds, it means a lifetime here in the game of rodeo. Go to one of our few all-around contenders here at the circuit finals this year, Josie Young. He's on the head and side. That's a good shot of the heeler right there. R.D. Oblenalp from Riverton. They were long, and they need to be 6.5 or quicker here tonight.
No time. Josie just missed that right horn. You could see that rope hit that steer in the middle of the head and caught that left horn, but you got to get both horns caught to get a time.
Oh, tough luck for those guys here this weekend. They've had it rough. Here's a shot of your leaders, Justin Hodson and Steve Sherwood, with a nice run. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ogden, Utah. The hospitality has been unparalleled here. And in team roping, John Stafford from Nampa, Idaho, has teamed up with Marlo Eldridge of Nampa. These guys are going to have to be fast if they want the go-around money. It's been fast so far. Time to beat 6 and 6.
Yeah, they were fast last night in a 6-4. They're going to come in, get 2 feet rope. Steer kind of got pinched in the wall, but a 6-4 again. You know, that might have a chance to win the go-round again.
I'll tell you what, they're taking over number 1 now, but we got several teams to go. Let's talk about the size of the arena. Luke, he's running into that fence. All the headers are right up against that fence when they make the corner.
Yeah, you know, in smaller buildings, it's hard to get a good handle on the steers because as soon as you take the steer off to the left, you're hitting the fence, so it makes it tough on the heeler.
Here we go, 6 and 4 in the lead. Chad Willis and Brian Roundy now going for the gusto. Uh-oh.
Right there. Oh, lost his head rope right there. I don't know what happened. He might have curled that steer's front leg and didn't want. You'll be able to see right here.
Oh, that's
yeah,
exactly
he did curl his front leg. Yep, and he didn't want to cause injury to the animal, so he just let his rope go.
You know, that is a great move right there. I thought he missed his dally, but he didn't. He saw that the rope was under. There's only 3 legal head catches. You've got to do it right, and he knew he was in the wrong spot. Ralph Gunter of Downey, Idaho. Greg Bennett, Warren, Utah. 13.5 in the first round. A little long. Let's trim a little off there, guys. Ooh.
That steer's really hopping out of there fast. The heeler does a great job of keeping his rope up on that steer's feet. 8.9. Might have a chance to place in the go-round.
8 and 9. Watch the handle here coming around the corner. That steer really had a rocket ship tied to his tail. He was moving quickly. It's hard to get him slowed down and turned around.
Yeah, like I said, that heeler did a great job holding his rope up. A lot of times when that happens, the steer will jump out of your rope.
All right, time to beat 6'4", Cody Hutchinson and Bo Hutchinson. Dillon, Montana, and Blackfoot, Idaho.
Uh-oh.
You see him look back?
Yeah, he might have got fouled there. That was interesting.
I hope we get to look at that again. It looks like his rope caught something on the box coming out of the box. Yeah, it's hard to see because you don't see a guy throw a loop like that very often.
No, not when you get to this level.
No way.
No, you don't. It doesn't look like they're going to say he got fouled. That's a no time.
I don't know. J.D. Devereaux, American Fork, Utah, and Nick Hanks of Salem, Utah. Still 6-4 in the lead. That's going to be tough to beat.
Yes, it is. Oh, and we're just having some heck with the headers right now. I don't know what's happening.
What in the world happened? Something went haywire here in the grandstands. We're going to have to change the aura in the air or something. I don't know what's going on. He's trying to fish it on there a little bit. He did. You can catch a half a head in the horn or a clean horn catch or all the way over the head, either way. Stretch just a hair, come together.
Be a little longer than they want. They're going to be 31.1. See right there when he split the horns and have one horn in your loop, the rule book says you are allowed to fish it on either two horns, a half head, or a neck. As long as you get it on a legal head catch, you're going to be okay.
All right, he got it done, but it's not going to help him here tonight. This is the final shot at it. Steve Young and Dusty Morse. Well, here's a couple of world-class ropers right here. They're going to be going for it. Pressure's on right now. Oh, no. Oh, no. The luck just totally flew out the window here about 4 teams ago.
Yeah, that's just some tough luck. No time for Young and Morris. Right there, you can see he split the horns, but instead of trying to fish it on, he just went ahead and jerked it off.
Well, that 6.4 is going to stay in the number 1 spot. Let's take a look at the victory lap for John Stafford and Marlo Eldridge. 6.4, that'll win money at most rodeos anywhere in the nation.
That's right. Stafford and Eldridge, 6.4. Hodgson and Sherwood, 6.6. Richens and Freeland, 6.7. And Bell and Tibbetts, 8 flat.
You want to see a fast run? We will, but we'll slow it down for you. Here you go. Total on 3. Here's Craig Richens and Brad Freeland. They were 22.4 on 3 head, and Angie Burton's going to say hello to them. Let's meet them.
It was just another day at the office for Craig and Brad. Craig, you made a great turn there on your steer. That steer ran straight down the arena. You mentioned, though, you wish you could have handled him just a little bit better. Tell us about that, what you could have done differently.
First 2 runs, he didn't really drag, kind of shuffled and come left real hard. And tonight he just kind of went straight down the middle. And Brad took a hell of a shot and caught him. What we needed.
You did really great, Brad, coming in there. You had a few seconds to work with, and it looked like you really made sure and set your shot up.
Yeah, I just wanted to stay aggressive. Didn't want to really safety up because I think that's where it would have got me if I'd have safetied up. So I knew the steer kind of got heavy, so I just tried to square up and take a real good shot at him.
Talking about safetying up, do you think that affects, are you stronger if you just go out there and take each run, or is it a little bit easier to play it safe?
If I play it safe, I miss. I just take my first shot and hope Brad takes his and let the rest work itself out.
Well, congratulations. It worked out well for both of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, guys. I'll tell you what, those first 3 teams, it was tight.
That's right. 2.3 seconds separated first through third, but Craig Richens and Brad Freeland, 22.4, are the winners.
The ladies are right around the corner. Coming up for the ladies in the barrel racing. Stand by. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the barrel racing. It's time for the ladies to shine. Let's take a look at last night's results.
That's right. Jessica Miller, 13.86, but 2/10 separate first through 6th in the barrel racing. So it's going to be an interesting race tonight for the aggregate title.
Well, there's rules in the barrels, too. Let's take a look at the rules of the ride. Barrel racing is the only women's event in a PRCA-sanctioned rodeo. It's a timed event. The cowgirl must complete a cloverleaf pattern around 3 barrels at top speed without knocking any of the barrels over. The barrel pattern size is decided by the rodeo and the cowgirls and varies from one rodeo to the next. The cowgirls choose which near barrel to circle first, usually determined by which way her horse makes the best turns. Time starts as the horse crosses the electric eye beam at the start line and ends as the horse comes back across the start line. 5 seconds is added for each barrel knocked over, and a rider is allowed to touch a barrel to keep it from falling over. A no time can result if a cowgirl breaks the cloverleaf pattern. Tonya Adams of Plain City, Utah is going to kick it off. You've got to make a cloverleaf pattern. You've got to cross your path 3 times. The judges are watching closely. There, she crosses it the first time. Comes around barrel number 2. She crosses it the 3rd time, right about in here, as she comes around the barrel, and do not knock one over.
No, she's had a tough luck at the circuit finals this year. She hasn't won any money. Hit that barrel on the backside and just tipped it over.
Oh, tough luck. This horse has been on fire. Andrea Jones from Twin Falls, what a rodeo and family. This horse will fool you. He doesn't look like he's running that fast, but I mean, buddy, he can get in there and win first. Come around, number 3, go, go, go.
Little trouble on the backside of that barrel, but other than that, she's done a great job. 14.03. Hopefully that'll let her place in the go-round.
I want you to watch this horse. He looks like he's having fun running. They might have been just a shade wide on number 1.
Yeah, but that was still a good job getting around it.
Normawood, mom and daughter team is qualified this year. Mom's going to be the first one out. Whatever you do, don't knock down a barrel. You shouldn't have said it, huh?
Bad luck right there. Horse kind of was really digging on the way out and hit that barrel on the way out, but that's just the breaks of it. You try to get as close as you can to be as fast as you can, and she's going to be 18.83 right here.
Depending on which hand you're riding with, a lot of times you'll see those barrel racers reach down and try and pick that barrel up. Try and stop it from falling. That's okay. That's legal. Jetta McCormick, West Weber, Utah. She was 14 flat in round number 1. That won her 3rd place.
She hit that first barrel there too. They're having a little trouble with it. Kind of tipped that second one, but stayed up. Getting around the 3rd and knocked it over. That's just some bad luck tonight. She's going to come in with a 24.01.
We may be in a position right here with the ladies of the same thing that happened in our team roping. When you get in this 3rd round, the mental anxiety and the mental pressure of having to do well might cause you to just kind of trim a little off those corners, and that may be what we're doing here, but hopefully we'll quit. Tracy Young, Delta, Utah. She was no time in go-round number 1. She's had kind of a rough weekend, but here's the chance to make it up.
Hopefully. She was a little bit long in go-round number 2, but she got around them first 2 barrels good. Getting around the 3rd, hopefully she could bring her in and have a chance to place tonight. There you go, 13.86. That was a great run, and 13's a place every night, so maybe she'll get a check.
I'll tell you what, we've only seen a handful of the runs under 14 seconds, so I hope she does. Holly Sue Richens, Garland, Utah. She was in the lower 14s, but she'll need to trim about a 10th or 2 off. A little wide, not bad. Take a little paint off of number 2 and number 3 will be okay, and she didn't.
Nope, she's a little wide around number 2. A little bit closer around number 3, but her horse really heading off, not heading straight home, kind of going around to the right there. That's still a smoking run, 13.84 for how off she was on that 3rd barrel.
It's all about the turns. Look at this. If she could have cleaned up a couple of those turns just a hair, I think she'd win the whole deal. She's winning it right now, so that's great. Let's go back to the Parker family. You met TW, her brother. This is Callie Joe Parker, Wendell, Idaho.
Callie's been doing good, really getting along with this horse. Getting around the first 2 barrels good. Coming to the 3rd, giving a little incentive with her whip. Got around the 3rd.
Yeah. Go.
She's going to have a chance to place, I think. There you go, 13.84. That's going to tie her right now with Holly Sue.
Boy, that is absolutely a flawless run. You got to ride them with your hand, your head, your feet, and your hiney. If any one of those 4 are out of whack, you don't do very good. Stephanie Jones, Spanish Fork, Utah. She was 13.67 in round 1. If she could emulate that run right here, we'll hand her for the first place check.
Yeah, she's a little wide going into that first barrel. Having a little trouble on the backside of barrel number 2. Coming into the 3rd, great 3rd barrel on her way home. Let's see what she gets done. 14.04.
I'll tell you what, that is going to move her, even though it's a little bit long, that's going to move her to the number 1 spot in our average. Let's see if she can hold on to it. Here comes the daughter of the Wood family, Terry Wood Gates of West Jordan, Utah. 13.95. Yeah, she's done it before. Let's do it again.
Getting around these barrels really good. Going into the 3rd, whipping, good 3rd barrel.
Yeah.
She's going to be fast.
Boy, this is quick. Looking good. Yeah, number 1, 13.66. Great run.
That's going to put her into first. Look how smooth this first barrel is. She really did a great job getting around all 3 of them. Right here, you can see that's going to put her in number 1 in the go-round.
Boy, that is absolutely perfect. Do you realize the top speed on these horses can be up to 35 miles an hour? Megan does. Megan McLeod, Star, Idaho. Here's a world-class athlete. She's been to Pocatello before, and I'll bet you she'll go again.
Oh, definitely. In Megan's national finals caliber, she's probably going to go pretty hard. Oh, tips that second barrel over. But she has the ability to get to the national finals, along with all these girls. So, little bad luck tonight. Makes her an 18.66, but I expect great things out of her the next year.
Did you see her pick her foot up? That was a good idea right there. Shanna Gibson, Ogden, Utah. All right, winning the money coming in. All she needs to do is leave them standing up so she can get a little piece of the money, and she's in good shape. Yeah,
she was a little wide coming into that first barrel. Got around this next 2 really good. On her way home now, we'll see what she's going to post. 14.08. That's she's going to be out of the money, but maybe she'll win a check in that average.
Good run. Just like the rest of our events, we'll look at that aggregate to see who gets to go and move on to Pocatello from there. Now, Jessica Miller, we're down to one shot, and it's a Panguitch, Utah cowgirl. She's shooting for the 13 and 66, and that didn't work.
No, it didn't. Her horse kind of went to the wrong side of that barrel. Actually made the wrong turn. I don't know what happened there. She's going to be long. She'd placed in the first 2 go-arounds. That's just some bad luck right there. They're going to give her a no time because she broke the pattern.
You got to maintain the pattern, and to keep these race horses, and that's exactly what they are, on the mental track, this is a tough job to do. They got to work with them every day to try and keep them mentally healthy as well as physically healthy.
Right there, you seen she didn't go around the first barrel, and that's just the way it goes.
Well, go round number 3. Let's take a look at them. Terry Wood Gates, she smoked the field.
Yes, she did. Then Holly Sue Richens, 1384, tied with Callie Jo Parker and Tracy Young at a 1386.
If you're wondering who did the best on 3 runs, here's a great look at a very smooth run. Stephanie Jones of Spanish Fork, Utah, with a 41.87 on 3. Angie Burton, she's arena side to say hello to the champ. She's headed for Pocatello.
If consistency is the key in the barrel racing event, it worked well for Stephanie Jones here as we wrap up our Wilderness Circuit finals. You had 3 consistent runs. Would you say that's what helped you win the average this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. There was only a few of us that left the barrel standing in all 3 rounds, and I had a strong first round, so that's what put me in the lead for the finals. So,
what was your game plan coming in to tonight's performance? Did you just want to leave all 3 barrels standing?
Yeah, I was a little nervous, and I just wanted to go out there and have fun and just ride him as hard as I could.
Do you think your horse feels those nerves at all? Or, do you work real well together as a team?
We work really well together. He's got a lot of trust in me. I have a lot of trust in him.
Well, you had 3 good rides. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, it's great to see the ladies smiling. They all did. Take a look.
That's right. Stephanie Jones edged out Holly Sue Richens by 1/100th of a second at a 41.87.
Boy, you better take a deep seat on the old couch. Bull riding's coming your way. All right, let's get fired up. It's bull riding time, and last night, what a round.
That's right. Jerry Shepard, 82 points. Sonny Murphy, 80 points. Jake Wade, 79. And Sean Proctor at a 73.
We've got judges watching the rules. You need to watch them too. How about let's learn the rules of the ride? Bull riding is the most notable of all the events in rodeo. Bull riding requires balance, coordination, quick reflexes, and courage. The cowboy rides the bull with no more than a bull rope and one hand. The bull rope has a heavy cowbell attached to it, is placed around the bull and positioned according to the cowboy's preference and riding style. He then holds onto the rope with his gloved hand. The glove has rosin on it for a better hold. The cowboy takes the rope and wraps it around his hand. The type of wrap and the tightness of the rope varies from cowboy to cowboy. When the cowboy has the right rope tightness, the right wrap, and has summoned his courage, he nods his head to start the ride. A successful ride happens when the cowboy has completed an 8-second ride. A bull rider will receive a no score if he gets bucked off before 8 seconds, if he touches the bull with his free hand, if he intentionally leaves the chute with his spurs hooked in the bull rope, or if he doesn't have a bell on the rope. When the rider comes off, either at the end of the ride or by being bucked off, the weight of the bell will cause the rope to fall off the bull. Tyler Thomas of Lehigh, Utah, double action from the Kirby herd of bulls. He's got 2 no scores. He just needs to get one covered.
Hang on, that's the name of this game in the 3rd go-round. Bull's going out there, spinning back to the right. Tyler's doing a good job, moving his feet. Bull out of the right-hand spin into the left, and Tyler got a little out of position, but still hung on to it.
I'll tell you what, that was a great bull to have here in the 3rd round, because that's all he needed, and he knows it. That's all he needed. Just keep your hand closed for 8 seconds and stay there. But, even though he was kind of looking like he was moving slow, he was no day off. You had to hustle up on that bull.
No, that bull's pretty strong. You can see him kind of moving his feet, trying to hustle him back in position right there. Judges like to see you hustle and try. They're going to mark him. I don't know how many points, but it's going to probably let him place in the go-round.
Just barely missed a bullfighter getting away right there. That little dude ruined your day. 77, he's smiling. He's happy about it. I would be too. Brad McKee, Riverton, Utah. Nacho. It's not your bull, my bull, Barty. Same story, different cowboy. Couple of no scores. Just hang on here in round 3. Uh-oh. Started to quit there.
Yeah, that bull got a little flat and then kept going one way or the other. That was a great effort. effort on the bull ride right there. I don't know how many points. You know, that bull kind of quit. They're going to dock him some points on the bucking style.
Here's a great look at it. That bull just kind of looks like he's mad, looking like he's wanting to hook somebody, rather than go out and just keep doing what he started doing.
That bull's tough to ride. You see him going one way and then coming back the other. Brad did a good job, 72 points. I don't think it's going to let him place in the go-round.
Oh, that's tough. Jason Levitt, Randolph, Utah, Bo Honk. Here's the bull to have if you want to win. Right here. Oh,
look at that bull just around to the left. You know, and that bull wasn't tricky. He just did his business and got the cowboy bucked off. You can't ask for much better bull than that.
Drawing the right kind of bull like this one is a double-edged sword. You draw the right kind to get 85 or 90 points on. That's also the right kind that can buck you off, and that's just exactly what happened. You're either all or nothing. Either you win or you're in the mud, one or the other.
No score for Jason.
Sean Proctor, Tooele, Utah, and Blackout. Back to the Kirby herd one more time. He was 69 in the first round. We're trying to beat that 77 that our first rider had out with the moves. He almost got in the well there. He's all right, though.
That bull's really throwing his head up. You know, not really bucking, but more throwing a fit right there. Sean's not going to be as many points as he wants. He placed in the go-round last night at 73, but he knows he's got all three of them rode. Maybe has a chance to win the aggregate.
You know what? That's all that counts right now, because riding three at this circuit finals is a tough job. They're coming in with the score. And as you said, it's not that high, 68. But you know what'll make a liar out of you every time? Kids and animals. And just when you think you've got the right bull that's going to do what he did last week, they'll fool you.
That's the truth.
Sonny Murphy, Harriman, Utah, shake him down, the Zapato Malley bull. Now, he won the first round, 86 points. Great first round for this guy.
Yes, it was, and then 80 in the second round, winning second. He's going to cover this bull here, and all he has to do is get him covered, and he might be the aggregate champ.
All right, anything, any kind of score right now will pump him up there to where he wants to be. Look at that hair. Wow. Wished I had that.
That was a great ride. You know, he's going to be in the 70s, but hopefully he can hang on to that aggregate.
Hey, that'll work. That will work. He's hustling around, looking good. Score rolling in. It's a 76-point ride. That gives him 242. He is way out in front right now on a total on 3. If he can hang on to that spot, that'll send him on to that national championship in Pocatello as well. Good job, Sonny. Congratulations.
That's right. He's going to be 32 points ahead of Sean Proctor right now.
Tall and thin, Kelly Crystal is a third-generation stock contractor family from Rigby, Idaho. Party rodeo bucking bull called Corkscrew. Now there is no. Whoops! Watch out, Kelly.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. There is no shame coming off of that bull. That bull's been to our national finals in Las Vegas. He's bucked off some of the top 20 in the world today. He just hit the ground hard. That's all there was to it. There's 1 million gallons of air in that arena, and he can't get not 1 gallon back in his lungs.
You know, right there, that bull started a little slow and then really took off and started bucking. I think that's kind of what got him out of position.
You know, every time a bull rider nods his head, these men risk their life. For tonight's Tack Fact, let's say hello to the clown and the bullfighters.
Yeah, when people hear rodeo clown, they naturally think of the people that are protecting the cowboys, but there's split difference. The rodeo clown is the barrel man is the entertainer, and that's in the barrel, of course, and then the other guys are called bullfighters, not clowns, and they're the ones that save the cowboys and get the bulls to chase them and make the bulls buck better. Oh, the barrel is just kind of a safety factor. If everything else fails type of deal, or the bullfighters can run to it, a last resort, really.
We'll be right back with more after this. All right, Red Machine from Barty, the Kirby's. This might be the bull to draw here in the third round. He's just good. He's just solid. This is Nate Fly from Lava Hot Springs, Utah.
Right there, Nate's got him a good seat. You know, he's really opening up and exposing himself. He's going to get dropped in the well a little bit, but he's making a great ride right here. Whoa, I don't know if he made the whistle or not. We're going to have to see what our judges say.
That was too close to call. Yeah, we're getting the thumbs up. They said, yes, he was there. Look at it again. He was in great control there the first 3 or 4 seconds at least.
Yeah, exactly. No, he got off in the well a little out of position, but he should be in the 80s right here. You know, as a great ride, he's really exposing himself, trying to win something.
Here comes the score, 79 points.
Oh, the crowd is not happy, and neither am I. I think they might have underscored him a little bit.
Oh, man. Let's go to Jerry Shepard, Nephi, Utah. Will he do it from Barty? Here's a good young bull that doesn't have a pattern yet. They don't know what he's going to do, so let's see what he does.
Oh, that bull's pretty good, right into his hand. Oh, Jerry gets bucked off. You know, National Finals qualifier had a little tough luck right there on that bull.
Boy, that's the caliber of bull right there. You twist that one, they're going to give you some money. Just period. That's all there is to it.
That bull's really fast and kind of got Jerry out of position and bucked him down right there.
All right, no score.
That's right. You know, he's a little bit bigger of a guy, taller. Bull's a little smaller. That might have had something to do with him getting bucked off right there.
Wesley Silcox of Payson, Utah. Blockhead from /T, Pat O'Malley. He's in number 1 spot for the year-end monies. You know, this guy's been riding so well.
Yes, he is. And right there, look, he's never out of position. He's moving his feet, giving it to that bull. Bull's bucking great. He's going to be quite a few points right there.
That little guy just puts so much energy into his rides. It doesn't matter what kind of draw he's got. I had to talk to him here yesterday before the rodeo, and I said, what'd you draw? Did you get a good one? He said, it doesn't matter. He puts the same effort into every bull. It doesn't matter where he's at or what he's on.
That's exactly right. You can see how big and powerful this bull is, and the bull never weakens. And right there, Wesley's opening up and giving it to him with his feet. That's a great bull ride.
Here's the score. How you like that, Luke? Is that better?
83, definitely. He deserved every one of those points right there.
All right, goes to number 1. I hope he can hang on. Here comes Steve Woolsey, Eagle Mountain, Utah. Wannabe from the Kirby's again. He got an 80 in the first round. He's been doing pretty good.
Big paint bull right there. Started back to the left, come back out to the right, and then just kind of bucking around there. You know, Steve, you can see him moving his feet, trying to get some extra points. That bull started real strong and then kind of weakened towards the end.
You know, judges, they'll laugh at you because degree of difficulty is not in the rule book anywhere. But that's really what it boils down to. The harder they are to ride, the more points you get. And when that bull come out of it, he was easier to ride. Therefore, the score goes down.
Exactly right. You know, he's going to be, well, 75 points right there. If that bull would have kept bucking like he started, you know, Steve could have been in the 80s as well.
Jake Wade, Alamo, Nevada, slam dunk. There's a good reason they named this bull this. Watch him. He can be really ranked.
This bull's really strong and powerful going over there to the left, coming back. Oh, and just kind of bucked him off. You know, that bull really didn't have the trip we're used to seeing him have. But he hooked the heck out of that clown right there. I guess that dummy they had standing up.
Don't worry, they never get the dummy. Old Crash Cooper's got to keep his head down on that one.
That is a hard bull to ride. You know, he never really had a set pattern.
No score for Jake Wade. That's a hard bull to ride. Sonny Munns of Hansel Valley, Utah. He has got the draw of the night. You want to be 90? Here's the bull to do it. In Las Vegas, he was the second highest marked ride at the show.
You know, coming back to the right, did a great job getting that cowboy off him. You know, into his hand. Cowboys usually have a little easier time riding them when they get into that hand, but that bull's just spinning and getting away from him, fading away, makes him tough to ride, and they bucked him off right there.
When you're 90 plus in Las Vegas, you know you've got the right bull, and there he was. But some days are diamonds, some days are cold. Let's take a look at Wesley Silcox. There he is with an 83-point ride. And right now, let's take a look at the results of the full round. It was a good one.
That's right. Wesley Silcox, 83. Nate Fly, 79. Tyler Thomas, 77. And Sonny Murphy to 76.
We've got a great look at our aggregate champion, Sonny Murphy from Harriman, Utah. He was 242 points, way out in front in the average. Let's take a look at it right here. And standing by, it's Angie, and she's got our winner.
Sonny Murphy came into the circuit finals looking at one ride each individual day. You had a great ride tonight, and it's going to give you your first trip to the Dodge Circuit Finals. Are you excited about going there?
Yeah, I've never been there before. Pretty excited about going. See if I can ride all of them there.
Going into tonight, you were a couple points ahead, so you're pretty safe. What was your mindset? Did you know anything about the bull?
I watched him Thursday night with Steven, and Steve was 80 on him, and I kind of got an idea how he was there. So I just tried to ride him just so I could just stay ahead, because Jerry got thrown off and he was just 3 points behind me. So then after that, I just pretty much had to stay on.
Also, do you just take it, you know, we've talked about one ride at a time. Do you try to do the same thing each time, or do you have to change what you do depending on the bull?
I just ride like I do every time, just try to get one road every time.
Well, congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you in Pocatello.
Thank you.
Total on 3 head, what a pin of bulls.
That's right, only 2 guys to ride 3 bulls. Sonny Murphy, 32 points ahead of second place with a 242 on 3. Sean Proctor, 210 on 3.
We have had a wonderful time here in Ogden, Utah, and on behalf of Luke Branquino, Angie Burton, and the whole crew at the Horse TV channel, this is Wayne Brooks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.